Just a few more checks and you'll be ready to go. Lock the doors to keep strangers out and help keep yourself in if there's a collision. And finally, this is the single most important thing that you can do to save life and limb, to say nothing of that nice face. Wear your safety belt. Basically, safety belts reduce the chance that your body will come in contact with hard surfaces in the vehicle. That is the real risk in a collision. You see, there are actually 3 collisions when a crash occurs. First, the vehicle hits an object. Second, the occupant hits the interior parts of the vehicle, such as the steering wheel or dashboard. Third, the occupant's internal organs slam up against their skeletal structure. It is during this last collision that most injuries occur. Safety belts are designed to prevent ejection and slow the rate at which you move forward in a collision. This, in turn, reduces the chance that your body will come in contact with hard surfaces in the vehicle. Even collisions at low speeds can cause a real shock to the body. Don't wear their safety belts. Most of these drivers have misconceptions about what will happen to them if they use their safety belt.
I don't like to wear a seatbelt because if I crash in the water, I'll be trapped.
Although this is a common perception, research shows that most people get stuck in burning or submerged cars because they're unconscious or were killed instantly in the crash.
If you wear a seatbelt as a passenger, it looks like you don't trust the driver.
You can always explain that it's just a habit that you picked up, or that it's the other drivers on the road that you don't trust.
If I'm in a collision, I think I'd rather be thrown clear of it than stay in the vehicle.
Although seatbelts can bruise the chest or hip bone in a collision, those injuries are minor compared with the injuries caused by flying through a windshield.
Because I'm busy and putting on a safety belt just takes too much time.
Let's take a look at that. That only takes about 4 seconds. Your life is worth way more than that. Buckling up doesn't take as long as you might think. So just how effective are safety belts? In terms of injuries, safety belts can help reduce this risk by 50%. Let's take a quick look at how safety belts really work in a crash, in this case, a rollover collision. In this simulation of a rollover, you can see the potential damage to the occupants who are not wearing belts. Now that they're buckled in, their risk of severe injury is substantially reduced. What it comes down to is developing a habit. Every time you get into a car, the first thing you do is fasten the safety belt. Eventually, you'll feel uncomfortable without it. You'll also feel uncomfortable when passengers in your car aren't wearing them. As the driver, you must make sure that all passengers have their safety belts on before your car starts moving. They also need to be properly adjusted. How do you do that? The lap belt should be snug across your hips. The shoulder belt should be snug across your chest, although you can still lean forward whenever you need to. Many vehicles have shoulder height adjustments that improve your comfort and also ensure proper fit. The next occupant protection system is the head restraint. It's not for comfort, but to keep your head from snapping back in a rear-end collision and causing whiplash, one of the most painful and long-lasting injuries. Even drivers who know what it's for often don't know how to use it properly. Most of the time, it's not properly positioned in that it is too low. To correctly position the head restraint, move it so the top is even with the top of your head. Airbags are another valuable occupant protection system. They're usually located in the steering wheel and the passenger side dashboard, but they can also be mounted to the sides. Also called supplemental restraint systems, airbags are designed to inflate upon impact, helping to reduce the crash forces on your body. Of course, with airbags in place, you don't need to wear your safety belts, right? Wrong. Airbags are designed to work with safety belts, so you still need to wear them. People aren't the only objects that need to be restrained in a collision. This is a guided missile waiting to be launched. In a head-on collision, articles on the rear window shelf will fly forward until they hit something. The same is true for items on the back seat. If it has to stay in the car, put it on the floor behind the front seat. All large items belong in the trunk. Adjusting the seat, the mirrors, head restraint, and safety belts usually takes less than a minute. Plus, wearing your safety belt is generally required by law.